The Jacksonville Jaguars won the AFC South last Saturday at home at TIAA Stadium. And I looked at that
How is
game.
that?
It's the name of their stadium.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it
I looked at
even
that
have
matchup
Tampa?
versus Tennessee, and there's an apology that's owed to the Jaguars, general manager, and Trent Baalke.
From you, right? Not from
Yeah,
me and Justin.
from
From
you.
you, not us. Yeah, you. You just set yourself up.
Because you weren't high on Doug
You
Peterson, and
Dinklebird.
I was.
I wasn't high on Doug Peterson coming into the season, but by that I mean there was some skepticism. Coming off his last year in Philly, I didn't know necessarily how the Jaguars were going to look like early. Doug Peterson quickly emerged after a pretty rough midseason where they won a 5-game losing streak as a coach of the year because he won a division coming off a year, 2 years, that number one overall pick. You go from worst to first, and beyond that, you have an opportunity versus the Chargers to realistically win a playoff game. A year ago, the Jaguars' biggest moment was playing spoiler against the Colts. Now they're in that position. They won that Week 18 game, and they can make some pretty big noise and go maybe on a run here. I want to give a big shout out to Trent Baalke because when he signed Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram and Zay Jones the contracts with more guaranteed money than some people would have liked, a lot of people raised red flags and said the Jaguars are just spending like kids at a candy shop. All three of those receivers had career seasons. Evan Ingram emerged as a key piece for this offense. Christian Kirk, an even better slot receiver that was elevated by Trevor Lawrence. And then Zay Jones, man. The guy had himself a monster second half of the season. Game-winning touchdowns, 80 receptions. And really for this Jaguars offense, you add in Calvin Ridley for a return that wasn't a whole lot of conditional pick that at best would be a second rounder. At best, you have a number one receiver coming in next year, and without him this season, you already built so much headway. Trent Baalke, man, got a lot of disrespect, and I understood it at the time, but I was optimistic for this Jaguars team. I thought there was a chance, but I was definitely skeptical at the same time. It was a weird balance. I was skeptical on Doug Peterson, but I was a fan of some of the pieces they put around Trevor. And this year we saw Trevor maximize all those parts, and this Jaguars team is playing playoff football. Feels pretty
Say
good.
it. Say I'm sorry.
To who?
The Jacksonville Jaguars as a whole. You know what? Just say sorry to Doug Peterson. That's it.
Okay. I am sorry to the Super Bowl winning head coach Doug Peterson, a guy who with Nick Foles beat the New England Patriots and Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and went on to turn a Jaguars team that was the worst in football to a playoff caliber squad. He deserves a stamp of approval if he didn't already earn one from people like me that were still skeptical coming off a pretty down season when his entire team was hurt in Philadelphia. Doug Peterson, I believe in you, and I'm sorry. And look, man, you can change your tune on a guy depending on how it looks. This year for the Jaguars offense, they were able to overcome some rough slumps, and that really spoke to this team's resilience. So I'm going to ask you guys a quick question. As Georgia dominated TCU in the national championship game,
That was terrible.
pretty
That
bad.
game.
Stenson Bennett, man, he's him. Can the
Oh yeah.
Jaguars upset the Los Angeles Chargers
Oh yeah.
in wild card
Oh
weekend?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Can
The better question is, will the Jaguars eliminate the Chargers and Justin Herbert from playoff
Ah,
football this upcoming week?
I don't want to
Okay.
give any. Go ahead. I don't want to give any spoilers to my pick, but
we have our pick'ems for on Thursday, but I will tell
you're
you this.
stealing my
Hey,
pick.
I'll just straight up say this. I don't care too much. I'm not gonna wait till Thursday to just say this. I'll
Chargers are
elaborate
gonna
on
win.
Thursday. Can the Jaguars win? Absolutely. Absolutely they
Will
can.
they win?
Will they win?
No,
No, they
no.
will not. I'm sorry, the season ends on Saturday, I believe. Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the guy that I share a first name with. So shouts out to the Justins. I think Justin Herbert pulls this one off.
Do you have any reservations after this last week against the Broncos, by any chance?
The Chargers have been up and down all season. They haven't really given us consistent play. I don't think, to be honest with you, I wasn't surprised whatsoever by the fact that the Broncos kept it a good game and let alone even won because the Broncos have played neck and neck games with the Chiefs, played neck and neck games with the Chargers before, played neck and neck games with the Raiders. That when it comes to the divisional games, the Broncos had shown up. So I'm not shocked at all. I just do expect the Chargers to be balling, man. They need to step it up. Can't start off slow, and feed Keenan Allen, feed Austin Eckler, and I really think it's going to be a big day for Herbert because that's the only way the Chargers are going to keep advancing. It's going to be on the back of him.
We do got to say, I mean, Brandon Staley making another Class A dumbass decision, playing his starters basically the entire way through the game when you couldn't have moved and you were locked in at number 5. I mean, and Mike Williams got injured too.
Get carted off.
Yep. So hopefully he's able to play. But I mean, again, another dumb decision that you could have gotten. I really don't think that guy's the guy, but he saved his job by making the playoffs. So good for him. Yeah, I'm not gonna make my pick now, but I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are a very live threat to the Los Angeles Chargers, especially in Jacksonville.
You talked about it. Mike Williams suffered a back contusion in Week 18.
Mhm.
That's rough. Now, for the Chargers, they're not necessarily getting too much healthier. Joey Bosa has come back. He's been working his way, ramping up further and further. For me, I'll be honest with you guys. Pretty honest. I think a lot of people are sleeping on how explosive a unit this Jaguars offense is. The Titans did a great job on them in Week 18.